Logan and KSI have once again been made public. We previously discussed how, despite sobbing to his buddies in private and acting irrationally when the cameras were not rolling, KSI claimed to be a 1 million IQ and was deceiving us all with a phony outburst over his song. Logan also laughed at his rotting food product, which is marketed to kids, and said that TommyInnit had wounded his feelings. We have a number of items today, including KSI's closest buddies revealing his deceit. Logan Paul has also come under fire for reportedly substituting water for Prime while feigning to drink it. Additionally, after a person reportedly became ill after consuming the food, the FDA is looking into the mold problem. We also have some updates on MrBeast. Let's begin with the sidemen outright calling out KSI for deceit. To give you a quick overview, KSI became quite upset when everyone detested their new song, Thick of It. He is now acting as though he did it intentionally to promote his music. The sidemen think that KSI was truly upset over the hostility in his song.
I thought JJ orchestrated it all.
He is claiming that now.
He is claiming that.
He claims that to us
We
now.
know him.
We know him.
We know that at one point he was burning.
Bro, hard burn.
But he realised he had to overcome it.
Yeah.
But so now he tries to turn to us and say,
but forever he's going to claim
all along.
Forever he's going to claim that.
Do you know what is it when the actor, he's method acted his way into fully thinking?
So all the people that were posting it, like random celebrities, like, oh, this song is so rubbish and stuff like that. That wasn't JJ.
No.
You just can't fake that much anger. And it was so clear that he was truly furious. In essence, they claim that KSI deceived himself so well that he even convinced himself that he deliberately lied to his 7 closest friends behind closed doors in order to control them and ensure that his friends and the internet fell for the alleged troll. What a weird illusion. KSI is genuinely attempting to rewrite history in its entirety. He was sobbing to his closest pals while fuming in private, and now he's attempting to tell them, "Oh my God, you fell for it." He simply turns around and responds, "You're just stupid. I'm a genius." Even though they were sincerely checking up on him and asking, "Are you okay, mentally?" As good friends do, I played you all. Is it really worth tricking your closest friends into believing you're experiencing a true mental breakdown, even if, conceivably, in some different world, he is an expert troll? They had to see how he was doing since they were very worried about him. In any case, you're a huge loser and nasty. In order to finally silence the absolute negative 100 IQ KSI fans in the comments, I'm very happy that this footage was released. In the comments, people were genuinely saying, "You fell for it, bro. KS, I totally got you. You're really foolish. Like, you need to get off, Timmy. I'm not sure how you justify this. How significant must this be for people to quit standing up for him? So that I may ship it to you, please let me know the precise length in centimeters." For more than 10 years, KSI's closest and best friends have told him that he was truly angry. Now, he's trying to fabricate a story about it. In private group chats, he was furiously posting in all caps, griping on the train, and even returning from the restroom with the words, "It's not fair, bro." He is now attempting to deceive them into believing they were duped when they had to actually check up on his mental health. It's so pitiful. He was completely destroyed. In fact, in response to this, KSI tweeted, "This, shaking my head, real friends, how many of us?" To be honest, I have no idea what it implies. They did just that. True friends don't sugarcoat anything. Indeed, they are most likely his closest pals, and he is most likely the one who betrayed them since, by his reasoning, he played all of them, correct? That's what a good buddy does, right? He fooled them into believing he had a mental breakdown. It's screwed up. What is his profile picture, by the way? Has he really lost his mind? You can't claim that this man isn't insane. In essence, KSI and the sidemen had a prior feud that was both lighthearted and partially serious. However, since they have a large empire, several channels, and companies together, it is doubtful that they would truly split up even if there was friction. Anyway, let's go on to the most surprising event in all time. Ludwig revealing Logan Paul. Before we go any further, it should be noted that Ludwig has previously given MrBeast a lot of support. Not to the exclusion of praise, of course. Don't worry, though. Ludwig is headed towards salvation. It's admirable that he recently ridiculed Logan's lunch product and even threatened to stop hanging around with him unless MrBeast addressed the accusations. Additionally, Ludwig busted Logan Paul for pretending to drink his prime on a recent broadcast in today's news.
Anyway, I talked to Logan about this. This is before he did the CoffeeZilla shit. This is when we were in the box together. But I asked him straight up, I was like, yo, you ever have like a few primes in a day and you start buzzing off that shit? And Logan, obviously in Logan fashion, he's like, no, dude, I'll have like fucking 6, 7 a day. Fucking don't even bat an eye. And I don't feel bad telling this story because Logan Paul has sued CoffeeZilla, which I think is a major dick move. So I am being a dick in this moment, exposing him. But that same day that Logan Paul told me he'd chug down 6 or 7 primes a day, he had a prime on the set with him. And we were doing a contest where we had to use those little like needles to like crack open from Squid Game, the Squid Game cookies. You know what I'm talking about? We were doing the Squid Game cookies. And Logan Paul was the only one who was allowed to have a drink on the set. They took everybody else's drinks away because they didn't want us to use water to cheat. And me, being a fucking cheater, I decided to grab Logan Paul's prime and I wanted to use it to like help my friends on my team beat the puzzle. That was what I was trying to do. So I sneakily grabbed his prime and I was going to put some in the cap. But when I did, I noticed the color was weird and I took a sip. It was water. Logan Paul replaced the prime with water. So I'm pretty sure that motherfucker is lying. And if you drink a shit ton of these, you start buzzing. Because he replaced that shit with water straight up on my fucking mama. I'm telling you, he did that shit. He did that shit straight the fuck up.
Logan apparently doesn't even drink his own beverage, since he substituted water for the prime in his bottle. I've been speculating about this for a long since. As I mentioned before, these guys are boxers and are aware of what true hydration is. They are aware that because prime contains potassium rather than sodium, it isn't very good for hydration. To be honest, that sounds a lot like Logan Paul, who takes advantage of fans for financial gain by pretending to drink his own drink, since he doesn't believe in it. Logan's refusal to drink prime is pitiful, especially considering that he claims to consume 6 to 7 bottles daily. Please, he has around 5 years remaining if he is indeed doing that. Prime, in my view, would do more harm than the nasty patty. Logan may, of course, see this and begin guzzling prime in front of the camera, but the damage is already done. If he's substituting water for it instead of drinking it himself, we can tell how he truly feels about it. Water is the greatest beverage, as I have been repeating for years. Don't worry about Coke, Diet Coke, or anything else. To get your electrolytes, simply drink water, squeeze in little lemon juice, and season with a little salt. It isn't that difficult. Would Ludwig then fabricate a complex tale about Logan Paul at random on stream months later? Not in my opinion. In my opinion, he is being truthful because he even swore on his mama. That is essentially the end of it. Ludwig may not be the smartest person in the world, but he also evaluated the lunchly on stream. Kudos to him for avoiding mold in his lunch, which would make him the luckiest guy alive. He should get a lottery ticket. That product is doomed, by the way. If a typical mother discovers that her child's snack contains mold, she will never buy it again. And they shouldn't. Parents should constantly look out for the health of their children. A shout out to all mothers around. Also, congratulations to the Three Stooges on yet another disastrous commercial enterprise. Even though it most likely damaged relations with MrBeast, Ludwig's evaluation was candid. Let's face it though, Ludwig didn't require that bridge in the first place. It's a lousy product. And even if it were accessible where I live, I wouldn't test it since I would be worried about my health. Food must be properly sealed, and mold is not allowed. This leads us to the FDA, which is looking into Lunchly. More than 10 customers complained about unidentified problems as of Friday, according to TMZ, with at least one complaint alleging that someone became sick after consuming one of the meals. According to the FDA, it is examining all submissions and will, if required, issue an advice to safeguard the public's health. They also state that food manufacturers must adhere to safe production procedures in order to maintain the safety of their goods, and that proper action will be taken if rules are broken. I hope they are sued. This is reckless, and I hope they are taken down. I find it unbelievable that they haven't apologized yet, even though they are aware of the circumstances. I like my cheese moldy, bro, Logan and KSI said on a podcast, literally giggling about it. It's simply awful if fans and individuals are supposedly becoming ill. Are their supporters unimportant to them? Naturally, they don't. More streamers are reportedly discovering mold in their product before a recall has even been announced. What is KSI and Logan's response after all of this?
If your cheese don't drip for 3, it ain't for me. Check this out. 3 inches, baby.
Wait for it.
Yeah! Let's go!
A group of responsible artists that everyone can rely on? How are things going for these guys? They are as mature as a 14-year-old. How their careers are still going is beyond me. Nowadays, it appears that you can get away with anything on the internet, with the exception of violating boundaries. It's simply crazy.